So we're playing Quest Paladin with 2 copies of Meat Wagon, and the idea is that in this deck Meat Wagon pulls Devilsaur Egg or Runic Egg, and when you have one of these eggs on the board or the Meat Wagon, your opponent doesn't really want to kill it because it gives you the death rattle, and then if they don't kill it, you can start slamming buffs on it. We've got Spike Ridge Steed, Blessing of Kings, Blessing of Might, Blessing of Wisdom, Dark Conviction, and even Desperate Stand. So basically a bunch of spells that are pretty good to slam on an egg, and that also activate the Paladin quest. We're also playing Barnes because if he hits Meat Wagon or either of the eggs, it's pretty damn good. Another good Barnes target and another just good buff target card in general is Wicker Flame Burn Bristle. Turns out Divine Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal is a really good set of keywords to start throwing buffs on. And then we've got 1 Pyro, 2 Consecrations, and 2 Equalities to help control the board a little bit. And also, Equality makes our eggs weaker, which makes it easier to kill them off and get their death rattles if we need to. Couple weapons for early board control. Sunkeeper Tarim for more egg synergy. I wasn't originally playing Sunkeeper Tarim, because even though it is good with the eggs, it doesn't support the quest. But this card is just way too good to not play. God, Sunkeeper Tarim is a solid-ass Hearthstone card. And I think that pretty much covers everything that's in the list right now. You could also play Bone Mare, which is kind of like Sunkeeper Tarim, but once you start playing Bone Mare, you kind of have to cut some of the spells that synergize with the quest, and then it makes it a lot more difficult to activate the quest. I was also playing a Lorewalker Cho in this deck at one point, because it was another 0 power thing that got pulled by the Meat Wagon. But it turns out Lorewalker Cho is just not very strong, especially when the most popular deck on ladder only plays like 2 Backstab, 2 Shadow Step as their spells. Just don't play Lorewalker Cho.
Watch your back.
I will fight with honor.
Do we keep the Meme Wagon? Maybe we keep Consecration against Rogue. Probably toss the Meme Wagon, it's the second most expensive card in the deck. I mean, Consecration is too, but Consecration does work. We got the Meme Wagon back, and we got Barnes. Oh yeah, I forgot I was playing double Galaka Crawler. Maybe I should have tossed this, hoping for Galaka. Or maybe this is fine. Maybe Consecration will put in the work I need it to.
Reporting for duty.
I don't think there's much of a point in playing Blessing of Might here, so we just won't. Wow. Yeah, we probably need to consecrate here. Go for Barnes here. Devilsaur Egg is probably the best hit. The Meme Wagon's okay. Alright, we got the egg board. We only have 1 buff currently to activate these eggs. Spike Ridge Steed would be a real good draw. Do I have to play Equality here just to kill a Cobalt Scalebane? I think I do. And then we probably want to kill this 5-1 so it doesn't trade into our 5-5. We're slightly ahead on board, but he has 6 mana to work with.
Truth is found in death. First, the pirate's code.
Okay, Blessing of Kings is good here. Just do our best to clear. We're actually surprisingly close to stabilizing, but sometimes we just die to Leroy. Am I supposed to play Dark Conviction on my Runic Egg just to push damage? I feel like pushing damage is pretty good.
Reporting for duty. The battle.
Let's go. What do we have on board? We have 14. None of the buffs in my deck do 5. I draw 2 cards with Runic Eggs here. Where are we at on this quest? 3 out of 6. We could actually pop our Meat Wagon here. Pulls Lore Walker Cho. Let's see what we draw first, because this one's always going in. Blessing of Kings. I think trying to draw into one of my taunt cards is better than pulling Cho. Wicker Flame is so good here. He can have Vile Spine for it, but it's pretty hard for him to have Vile Spine plus 8.
Tonight, a tale of true terror.
Wow. Dude, how the fuck did I win that game?
Uther versus Thrall. For Doomhammer, I will fight with honor.
Keep the weapon because it kills Primal Fins and such.
That was a mistake.
What a noob drawing patches. Yep, this is the reason we kept it. I don't think I want to use my weapon charge here. I mean, I do have another one in hand. But next turn I want to be playing a wagon, not a weapon. I think we'll hold it. Wonder if I should be playing Pyromancer in this deck. Probably better than Cho. I'm just gonna Consecrate here. It kills 5 things. This is going into the Bloodlust and Thrall turn, and I really don't want to get hit by either of those.
For justice.
Swing into the Taunt Totem because I want to be able to kill Manatide next turn. Don't really want to throw the Blessing of Might onto this, because he might have to devolve it anyway. Gonna kill the wagon. Does he not realize the implications? Okay, well, Runic Egg is not that good. Let's clear out his 2 scariest dudes. Okay, he used his Devolve. Wow, really bad that he got our weapon there. But he did use Devolve before Steed came down, so maybe he won't have the second Devolve for it. Not that we'll be able to play it next turn, unfortunately. Right on time with that crab. Now even if he clears, we can just hero power steed. Second evolve. Well, we got it out of the way before the steed, and we actually got a pretty good 3-drop. That might actually be the second best 3-drop. The only one I can think of that's better is Injured Blade Master.
Oops, I broke a diamond.
Maybe Mukla. Yeah, probably Mukla, since I'm not really in danger of dying. Still a damn good 3-drop, though. Well, we've seen double devolve, so I think we can just start slamming buffs and clearing out his dudes. This 5/10 is probably going to require a Bloodlust to get through, assuming he's playing normal things. He hit the Doomsayer, which is actually something I probably need to deal with. That was a really shitty evolve. Poor guy. Where are we at on this? 3 out of 6. Well, we can make this big enough to kill the Doomsayer. Yep, I think this is fine. The Ancient Watcher on its own is pretty useless, but it does pretty much guarantee that he'll be able to evolve it at some point. Bloodlust, okay. Probably should have attacked with that one second, right? Because it could have dealt the 3 damage to the taunt, which he had to send 6 damage into anyway. Four out of 6, so we can play Galvadon here. How do we want to do this? Let's just even the stats out more. Take damage. Vine Shield's okay. I feel like can't be targeted, it's not super important. I mean, yeah, there's Jade Lightning, but it's only bad if he, like, has Maelstrom, Jade Lightning, and rolls spell damage totem. And sometimes we just get stealth. Nice. Get him for 6. Alright, so I don't really see how we can lose from here, but this is the Doppel Thrall turn. Hey, we got him. This is a respectable guy. He let me hit with the Galvadon. What a good dude.
Uther versus Garrosh. Victory or death. I will fight with honor.
Probably Pirate Warrior. I guess we'll keep the quest anyway. Alright, so this tells me he's Pirate Warrior, which means we hold the crab. Hopefully we pick up a relevant buff next turn. Wait, he killed my... What? Why would you kill my Devilsaur egg? That just seems silly. Throw down the wagon. I probably shouldn't have thrown the Desperate Sand on this guy. I actually kind of forgot that it came back with 1 health and not full health. Because why would they print a card that's exactly like Ancestral Spirit but just worse? I guess that's what I get for looking at my second monitor instead of playing the Hearthstone game.
Your magic shall not save Reporting for duty.
This guy is really set on killing all of my things, and I wish he would stop. I was also really hoping to get a 2-drop that contested this. Didn't want to have to invest my Blessing of Kings in this if I didn't have to. Only at 2 out of 6 on the quest, but we have 2 more in hand.
For justice. Reporting for duty.
Go ahead and clear that guy out and get the weapon developed. Consecration top deck, easy. Well, that's pretty good too.
Reporting for duty.
Probably don't care to use a weapon on either of these, right? Wow. Had the War Axe plus the Naga. That was like as good as it could have gotten. Well, I want to stop taking 8 damage every turn.
Reporting for duty.
And we're throwing a 5-5 into a 5-1, which sucks. But it means he can't just go face with this.
The pirate's code.
Okay, or he can just go face with it. I need to top deck 2 damage, which is a lot of my deck. That's also very good. That probably wins the game.
I'm on fire. Reporting for duty. The battle.
No Mortal Strike, please. Burn Bristle OP.